Hello everybody, I'm going to explain to you the ACE format. This is the suggested format from the AP board when you are writing claims. You begin writing them in 8th grade, you do only the first 2 paragraphs. In 9th grade you should learn the rest of the skill. I believe you begin testing for history in 10th grade, so the plan is that by the time you get to 10th grade you have all this down pat. Before we start, I want to just throw this at you. Whenever you take a ACT, SAT, ACT Aspire, or standardized tests like that, you will be doing writing and you will have writing prompts. I want you to always keep in mind that when you write, the person who is grading that test is not me, is not a teacher. It's a person who's paid to grade it, and they actually never see the prompt. So the point of it is that they can take what you have written and they can fully understand what it is that you were trying to say. They know that you're supposed to make a claim when you're writing for history. So when they get your paper or look at your computer screen or whatever, they should know that you're making a claim and read that statement and understand fully what it is. I hate to say this because they don't care what you write about. They care about how you write about it. I read everything, and it's kind of bad to say that, but there's no right or wrong answer. If they give you a question, what's the greatest fruit on the face of this earth? There's no right or wrong answer. There's no answer. But the way that you format it is all that they're looking at. So always keep that in mind. Now, you do have to follow rules, but I'm just saying that don't focus on what the answer to the question is. Focus on that you make the claim and you do it properly and you back it up. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to show you real quick your ACE format. You have had this. I made several videos on it. You have lots of resources in Google Classroom. You have resources on Buzz. I'm not quite sure if you can get to them, but if you need me to open them back up, I will. All right, the ACE format. A stands for answer the question. C, cite the evidence. E, explain or expand. A and C are the first is the first paragraph. A is answer the question. This is your claim. You make a statement. You have a question. Which animal do you believe is the most dominant animal? These are 2 examples. A, elephants are the most powerful, superior, and dominant animals in the world because. B, the wild kingdom has many types of powerful animals. However, the elephant is far more superior than any other animal. You see that I have highlighted the word because, and the reason I did that, I do not like it. I think it's lower level, and I think in 8th grade that you can move away from elephants are because. B, to me, is a more 8th grade level statement than this is. However, if you are comfortable with starting out like this, you may. But as you progress, we've only got, 12, 13 more weeks. I want you to move away from this and create a more complex or a better sentence, a more substantial claim. When you are making a claim, these are some issues that I have confronted with my students. Do not begin. The answer to the question is, do not. Nobody's saying that question. You're making a statement. You are the expert. You make the claim. You state it and be done with it. You do not say, in my opinion, I feel, I think, it could be, it sorta, it may be. Make a statement. Stick to that statement. Make the statement bold. Be strong behind your statement. When you get past your claim, you're going to need to provide some evidence. You'll have passages, you'll have videos. They might actually want you to use prior knowledge that you have from studies. This part is the C part, and it is called cite the evidence. The word cite right here tends to throw my students off sometimes because they think in text citations. That's not what this is. This is pulling evidence and utilizing that evidence in your paragraph. All of this must be factual evidence. None of this is opinion. All of this is factual evidence. Do not say anything that's in your opinion. Do not be biased in it. This is the part where it's just evidence. If you would like to, you can start with one of these. However, do not start one sentence according to the passage, the next one the article states, research shows. That's monotonous. Don't do that. If you want to, this is always good. If you show like a certain research that they did or an expert said this, if you want to state the name of the article, but you don't have to do this. You can just literally start introducing your evidence that you're going to use. Make sure that all of your evidence backs up your claim. Do not talk about something that does not connect to your claim. Then you get to the second paragraph, and that's where you explain or elaborate or expand, whatever you want to call it, your evidence. This is the part where you actually get to put your opinion or bias or whatever you want to call it in there. You're still using the evidence, but you're explaining why you felt like it was important to back up your claim. So, but make sure that you stick to it, and don't doubt yourself when you are explaining. A lot of people in the beginning, when they started writing their passages, would say, well, it kinda, or it sorta, or it could be. And when you do that, it sounds like you have doubt. So therefore, you're losing credibility in your claim. Don't lose credibility in your claim. You're the expert. Remember that. You're the expert. So this is the evidence, and then we're going in. According to the passage, elephants have many traits that prove them to be much more dominant animal, Elephants are the largest animal in the wild kingdom. Their size alone protects them. Now, you could have picked anything about elephants that you wanted to, but you chose to talk about their size. It's easy to talk about. They're huge. Stick with something that you can talk about. If you cannot talk about it and explain it in your own words that make sense to you, it is not going to make sense to the person reading it. Down here, we have the article states that elephants are the largest animal in the wild kingdom. Being the biggest animal is automatic protection. It's all how you word it and whatever you can explain. Once again, whatever you're comfortable with. Just make sure you stick to what your claim is. Don't talk about the elephants being the most dominant animal and then like stray off on some giraffes or some lions. That happens a lot. Make sure you stick to your claim and your evidence. And just explain it. You don't have to be long and windy about it. Say what you can, and eventually it will come to you where you can talk about it a little bit more in flow. You want to be fluid. I know you know that word from English or ELA or whatever we call it nowadays. Okay, I'm a graphic organizer person, big time, and I highly recommend that everybody use a graphic organizer. However, a lot of people do not listen to me when I tell them that, but I promise you, it makes life a whole lot easier when you organize things, not just in school, in life. I use this graphic organizer, and I have finally gotten several students to use it. So, right here, you're not going to write out your entire claim. What is the most dominant animal? Elephant. Then right here, I have 3 arrows. Usually, you need at least 3 pieces of evidence. So, you would put size right here. And then whatever your other evidence is. And then at this bottom part, you don't want to put complete sentences. Bullet points are, they're notes. They're not complete sentences. You don't have to write a big long paragraph. They're size. It protects them. You just keep putting as much as you can. What does the size of an elephant have to do with it? It protects it. In my mind, I don't think that it needs more food, but it protects it from being attacked. I can't even think of anything right now because I'm not thinking about elephants. I'm thinking about teaching you this. Put as much as you can. And then if you find something that you cannot talk about, just get rid of it. But if you list as much as you can possibly think about, then come over here, list 1 or 2 things. I mean, you can come back and forth. You don't have to do this all at once. Take your time and organize your thoughts. Put it on a graphic organizer. Pick and choose what you think that you can talk about. You can combine them and just write. Do not be worried that you're answering the question the wrong way. There's no right or wrong answer. Just follow the format. Make sure that you stick to your topic. On these ACE rules right here down at the bottom, I just explained a little bit more. You can read all that. But make sure that you follow this and make sure that this part that you understand that you're just literally taking the facts and transferring them onto your writing, and that you're backing up this, and that whatever evidence you use goes with your claim. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. In your Google Drive for my class, you have an example, and I may make a video to explain that to you, but I think I already have, so I'm going to look for that, and if I find it, I will send it to Miss Life to send to you. So, good luck on your writing. Take your time.